Good afternoon everybody, Fad here from Merc T. Very excited, got a package all the way from Bozeman, Montana. Took about 4 months to get here. So from Bozeman to Houston, Houston to Cape Town, all the way back up to Johannesburg. So I'm pretty quite keen to see what this is. The new holster from Blackhawk, the level 2 duty. The 90s wants its holster back. Okay guys, let's start with this. Just a quick disclosure, I did not pay for this product. I won it in a promotion that was running by Vista Outdoors. Thank you guys, I will link them down below. Go check them out for all of your tactical needs. So, Blackhawk L2D Holster. So, Blackhawk L2D Holster fits quite a few range of Glock models. Hip carry over there that you can see. Nice branding there on the side. Blackhawk. Some more information on the side there. T-series. Yeah, packaging is not bad. Open up. Got quite a bit of additional information there on the action, all the little goodies that it presents. Yeah, let's get it out. So inside the holster includes a spacer, manual, shipping information. Alright. Okay, so some initial impressions. Yeah, fit and finish of this holster, I think it's pretty good. Over molded finish, a fairly solid construction, which I quite like. Very durable material. James Yeager did a video not too long ago on the durability and trying to break this holster. So I'll put a link to that down in the description. Just shows you how strong these holsters actually is. Rounded edges, not a lot of chance of snagging, which I like. Moving in and out of vehicles, moving around structures, I think that's a pretty big bonus for this. Quite a few mounting options or angles. As you can see here, the 3 holes, move it up and down, sideways. That helps you with the best angle. You also get a quick disconnect system, which is a disc, a male and 2 female discs that you can place, one on the belt loop, one on a vest or molly attachment, where you can switch these holsters between mounting systems, which I think is quite a big bonus. Obviously a thumb release there. I don't know if you guys can see that. A level 2. So level 2, what's the basics of level 2? So level 1 is something similar to this, where the pistol kind of relies just on the retention, where the pistol relies mainly on the retention screw here. So that's what you've got there. You've got a little retention screw there, and then obviously the thumb release that goes there. Pistol's clear and safe. So there we go. This is a Glock 19 Gen 3. Obviously this can fit 17, 22s and 23s. Don't know if you guys can see there, you've got quite a bit of real estate space on the inside. So basically what Blackhawk did is they followed what they call their master grip system. So basically you just get your hand in there and your thumb automatically falls onto the release and then draws fairly easily. So you can see there. So okay, so that's in there quite well. So yeah, So that's the basics. Level 1 is just the retention, level 2 is the retention plus the thumb lever, and then they do have an L3D, which is their level 3 duty holster, and that comes with a hood that also thumb activated, which I think is pretty good. According to Blackhawk, they've got a sound dampening coating on the inside of this, so if ever you've got the need for a pistol ninja moment somewhere in your career, then I think this is the holster for you, apparently. Yeah, I think that's pretty much for the fit. I see they've got a little finger groove here, so as you guys know, there's a saying going around, friends don't let friends buy Serpa. There's a lot of videos, I'm not going to go too much into that. Obviously I'm not a big fan of the finger operated releases, for obvious reason, like tension, trying to get that out, the finger falls in the wrong space, get negligent discharge, shoot yourself in the leg or the junk, and that's a bad day for anybody. So that actually follows quite nicely, which gives your finger, it automatically falls in there quite easily, which helps. I think that's a pretty decent, also affords you quite a lot of space there. If you can look down there, you'll see there's quite a lot of space on the inside of this holster for dirt and debris to come out of, which I think is brilliant, especially for the guys like myself that work in more rural setting. And I know that was a big problem for the old school Serpa holsters. So one of the things I think is the best design out of this entire holster is the mounting system, or the way you mount this to your belt. In the past, with most of the duty holsters, you have to slide this through all the belt loops, or take the belt off, slide it through, or slide whatever pouches you have on there to slide the holster on. What Blackhawk's done is they've actually placed 2 screws that you can take off and then mount on the belt, with all of your kit still on it. So if you look here, you can actually pull this out, and I've got 2 different size belts here. One is my Wilderness Instructor belt, which is a 1-inch gun belt. Just slides over, shove it up as far as you can, and then that's mounted, so that's also pretty good. And then I've got a 2-inch webbing belt, which is quite a common belt here in South Africa, and even the bigger belts fit quite nice and snugly. And then all you do is you just tighten up the screws again. Awesome. So yeah, and then it gives you can obviously tighten it down a bit. Yeah, and there you are, mounted to your belt system. So if you should want to change this or shift your belt around, all you need to do is loosen the screws on here, slide it off, put it back on something else, and there you go. Okay, just a few comments. I've mounted the holster to a belt. Obviously the belt will make a big difference to how solidly your holster is sitting on your body. As you can see here, there's a bit of flapping around, so I would probably add a leg strap going across here, just to kind of stop it from either pulling up or bouncing around too much, which will add a bit of wear and tear to your hips. So doing reps on the gun itself, as you're going to grab, you're going to have to do a lot of repetitions, as the paddle is framed on either end, just so that people don't get grabby with your gun. You as the officer will probably be able to reach across to do a weak hand draw or solid hand draw, but as you speed up, I've jammed my finger in quite a few times. I don't know if you guys can see there, jammed it in there, especially coming from the side here. From the top it's a bit easier, but as they've added a safety measure there just to prevent people from grabbing from behind, trying to draw your holster out. So that is definitely something that you'll have to get repetitions on. As with most of your retention and duty holsters, especially the ones with the hood as well, get that hood out of there. If you're used to the Safari Land style hooded holsters where you have to push forward and then back to deactivate that second level and third level of retention, that is going to be a bit of an issue for you. So practice getting right down in there with your thumb and drawing it. Okay, so I've added the strap now. I actually quickly made a plan. I took this off my old Serpa leg rig. I kind of just weaved it in there, slid it in there, just made sure that it doesn't interfere with the release. I slid it in there, kind of get it back as far as possible. And then that eliminates all that play we had on there. Yeah, so it doesn't fold over to a point where you can't actuate the thumb release. Yeah, I made a quick plan. So initial impression of this holster, I like it. It's a bit soon to say that I love it, but I definitely like it. The way it fits and feels on your body while wearing it, the way the draw feels, I like all of it. But the few things that worries me that we'll see going forward, the positioning of the paddle, getting your thumb into the right spot every time, but like I said, that's repetition. That's just training with it. I can definitely see a place for this. I am glad to see on their website that they do have a light bearing version of this holster. Now in South Africa, light bearing holsters on the duty side of things, not that common, but I can definitely see a place for it. Personally, I like the light bearing holsters. That's how I carry. But we'll run this. We'll do a proper in-depth review of this holster, run it, shoot with it, use it on duty. We'll see how it performs and in the long run, and then I can probably give you a love it, not love it, hate it. We'll see.
Cut.
I think that was a pretty good take.